Just pull this up. Hello, everybody. Ignore the screen for a second. Here we are. How's everybody
How's
doing?
it going?
With us is the lovely one and only Rena Strober.
Hi.
How's it going, Rena?
How are you?
It's great. It's great. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. Very
Yes.
excited to have you. We've been looking forward to this all week.
Let me see how many people are in the chat right now. Rena, I guess since we already asked the first question of how's your day going, our first question on the thing is, how's your 2022 been so far, both in and out of acting?
I keep forgetting it's 2022. I literally thought it was 2020 the other day. So it's foggy, as is everybody's, I'm sure. But it's, what month are we in? June. I think it's going well. It's been ups and downs, you know. I had COVID weeks ago, which sort of meant I had to cancel a few gigs, which was a bummer. But I've had a lot of really cool work this year. I was able to travel again a little bit for work, so no complaints.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, Dylan the Dinosaur King says hi. Oh, sorry, Rena. Could you say that again?
Hi.
I think he also has a question for you, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to those after we're done with the questions. We're
Okay.
getting right now. So move on. Next is you, Austin. Ask your question away.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have the questions in front of me, so you go ahead and ask her.
All right, Rita. Austin's question is, what new projects have you been working on?
Ooh. Well, some I can't talk about.
Ones you can legally
Fair
talk
enough.
about.
Ones I can. I mean, I've been recording Shimajiro, which is this awesome YouTube cartoon. We finished a few we finished a few seasons, and then I believe we did some little short films for them. What other projects? I'm getting ready to shoot a short film in a few weeks that I wrote. And I'm starring in. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, nice.
And then all the video game stuff that I've been recording, I'm under NDA, so I can't say anything. That's great.
That's fine. Also, Tina says hi. She's on the
Hi,
chat as well.
Tina. Hi.
Yeah. Austin, if you don't have the doc up yet, do you just want to look at the YouTube chat to see who's coming on and just say that they said hi?
I could do that.
All right, cool.
Could you share that doc with me?
No, it's on the YouTube chat. Yeah, I'll share the doc. Give me a sec. Alrighty. For the next question, speaking of projects, for ones that have released, what have been some of your favorite that have been out this year?
Oh, this year.
Or last year.
I loved getting to do that Fire Emblem conversation with Leanne, I think the character was.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun little surprise. I recorded in my daughter's closet because it was like a quick record. But what was different was usually when I've recorded Fire Emblem, I don't hear the other lines. You know, you just go line by line.
Yeah.
But the other actress had already recorded her lines, so I was able to react to her. And that was cool. That was really awesome.
Nice. Alrighty. For our next question.
I got it. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
ask
All right.
them.
It's number 4, Austin.
All right, number 4?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, awesome. So, like, what is one of the most challenging things about, like, voice acting compared to, like, live acting? Is there any difference between, like, character preparation or in terms of things you do to prepare for those things?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference. The big difference is when you're doing theater or even TV, you get your script way ahead of time and you do a lot of work on the script analysis. But with video games and even lots of animation, you don't get the script until you're in the studio. So it's about just like when I go in for roles I've done, whether it's Emma or Azura, and I know I have a session, I'll go back and watch a lot of playthroughs just to get familiar with the voice and who she is. But I have to be able to bring all of that knowledge in and do it very quickly on the lines. But the things that are similar with voice acting is you're still asking yourself all the same questions. Why am I saying this? Who am I talking to? What's the urgency? You just have to keep your head straight. You know, you just have to make sure you're not moving your head around.
I see. You're like doing a quick, like, on the fly 1 minute, character prep in terms of all the acting prep that it usually takes you months to prepare when you're doing like theater or
Yeah.
film.
Speaking of Zora, you can tell she's photobombing Rena's interview in the back.
2 of them.
Oh, we're seeing 2.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what is it like when going back to voice Azura every time you get a chance to voice her? Do you feel your connection with the character always growing a little more when recording for her?
I love it. It's like having coffee with an old friend that you haven't seen in years, but you're like, no time has passed. It helps that the director, like the various directors I've worked with, and the people from Nintendo who are in the room, come prepared with a lot of information and reminders for me. Like, don't forget, this is where we left off, and because so much happens between sessions. So they're really good about refreshing my memory. We listen in the studio to a lot of vocal references. But I feel like with Azura in particular, she's really grown a lot, and so I get to experience that, and she meets new characters, and I love it. I love getting to, like, I did it with Ever After High. Like with Cerise Hood, I would go back every few months because there was a lot of time between those sessions, and that was harder because Cerise was growing up and getting more confident, but it was hard to display in the voice. So that was a little more challenging. Yeah. But with Azura, it's very close to my voice, so yeah, I love seeing her again.
Oh, that's really awesome. I'm glad you continue to voice her today. And hey, if there's ever a remake, I hope you are involved. Thanks.
I'm trying to get her on Smash. So
ooh, that'd be awesome.
I'm trying to get hashtag Azura for Smash out there. So feel free. I want to start it.
So we could have your voice on Smash, possibly.
Yes, get rid of Corrin and bring Azura in.
I love it.
Well, hey,
I don't know how Andrew would feel about that.
I'm fine with it. I like Azura a lot more. Alrighty, Austin, you can ask your next question.
All right, cool. So you are a musician. You sing. I know you have a big singing background. So I know you've done original music before, but as a musician, do you have any further plans to write and produce or create any new music? And if you do, are there any projects coming up related to that?
Write as much as I perform other original works, but I put out that Sesame Street album last year, which was like the greatest thing ever. I went back to the classics of Sesame Street and recorded with Jason Alexander and French Stewart and a choir of blind children that I work with. And then I'm producing, starring in, and writing a musical short film this summer. That doesn't. I don't think I have any original music in there. I've translated a bunch of songs into different languages. I like to do that. I like to play around with what would this Italian song sound like in another language.
Nice.
But awesome. I'm always putting out music. I try to keep stuff on my YouTube channel. Performances.
Nice. What's the film going to be called? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, no, it's called Spaghetti and Matzo Balls.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah, it's I had a one-woman show off Broadway for a long time called Spaghetti and Matzo Balls, which was a very, an hour and 20-minute show, but this is going to be a 25-minute film sort of adaptation of the biggest event in the show. So it's a mix of Italian music, there's Yiddish music, there's some Judy Garland music in there.
Nice. All the classics, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty.
I love it.
So I wanted to ask you, Rena, as a voice actor, because I've heard stories about like how some voice actors, after they do like a certain take, they need to take a breather, or it was something that they prepared for. I'm not sure how I can put it in better context, but my question for you is, as a voice actor, has there ever been a time where you had to take a breather after a certain take? And if not, then was there ever a session where you found it challenging to do a certain scene?
I can think of 2 moments. The first being Zero Time Dilemma. I know Amy had brought that up before. It is a dark game. I mean, about this escape room, and the only way you can get out is to make sure you kill the other people your age in the other escape rooms. And I remember being like, "This is really dark. Let's take a break." I was just affected by it. But Republic, which I should also have all of. I have so many games here, but I have all these great games. This was emotional. This was a very emotional few months because Chris Zimmerman, the director, who's incredible, didn't let me lie when I was scared, or when there was a scene, I was at a graveyard mourning a friend, and she was like, "You're lying." And she knew me personally, and she knew stuff about me, so she would bring things up that just made me very emotional. And so I remember like taking breaks there because we had to go to a very sad, very dark place. And then as a singer, like after I was singing Lost in Thoughts 10,000 times, I was like, vocal break, you know, but those are the only, those are the ones I can think of.
I see. Yeah.
Nice.
That's really awesome. All right, Austin.
Yeah. All right. So next question is, so how is like teaching been coming? Because I know you teach students, and I believe you teach blind individuals how to sing, right? Awesome.
Yeah.
So how has that been coming up? Is there any upcoming performances or any big projects in the works with that?
I mean, COVID halted so much of that work. It's all gone online. I still teach voice. I have many students, some sighted, some blind, you know. And I'm having all my students put on little performances in their homes for their families.
Oh, that's nice.
And then one of my friends who's on my album, so my album was released just after it was released in September after the shutdown and started in March. So we were never able to have like a big release concert. So one of the people on the album, one of my blind students, just sent me like 2 days ago an idea for a concert to honor the album. And so I might look to do that in December. So yeah.
Nice. We'll be definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, by the way, when this stream uploads to YouTube, if you want to send us any links to these albums, I will share them on there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Feel free, share them right here.
Austin has one more question to ask because he accidentally asked mine. Go for it, Austin.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
So I know I'm terrible. I'm bad. First, I'm late. Then I do this. Okay, so I know as a vocalist, usually, well, as any musician, because I'm a musician myself, with personally the instrument I play, and I know with vocals that there takes a lot of warming up and preparation to get your voice ready to do a lot of runs and belts and things like that. So do you as a vocalist, do you have any like particular warm-ups that you do before you lay down a vocal track? And if you do, without getting like too like too musical or technical, like what type of warm-ups do you exactly do to prepare yourself?
It's such a good question because the warm-ups depend on what I'm singing. So if I'm doing I spent many years as a soprano in Les Mis, and if I was doing that, I'd have to warm up, you know, the top of my voice. But I don't do much soprano work. I'm belting. So yeah, I mean, I don't warm up a lot. And I shouldn't even admit that because my students might watch. But I'm big on lip trills. I'm always doing lip trills, especially before a voice session. And then as long as you're sighing, as long as you're, oh shoot, hold on. Sorry. I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. People have the nerve to call me. So
just went to Rena.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, we see you.
As long as you're like sighing it out, you know, and then if I'm belting really high, I'll have to do like a yeah, you know, things like that. But as long as you're lip trill, as long as you're getting that and you're on your vocal cords, then yeah.
Lip trill reminds me of a baby.
Yeah. So basically the bare basics just to get your voice like ready and somewhat lubricated to go.
Yeah, but it also depends on how often you're singing. Like if I'm singing every day, my voice is in a great place. But if I've gone, like when I had COVID for like 14 days, I came out of it and I had to sing last week and my voice was like, wait, what? What are you doing? So I had to do a much longer warm up. But also I teach every day. So I always do the warm ups with my students. So I'm always warming up every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually brings me to Andrew, if you don't mind me, I have another question on there that's similar to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so actually, speaking of that, because you say you perform every day, I was gonna ask you another. I know as musicians, because like I said, I do music too. You have to practice every day, and that's obviously how you get better and how you get good and how you develop your knowledge of your instrument. So I know you have kids, or you have a daughter and one daughter. Yes, exactly, and you're always doing voice work, acting work, and teaching. Do you ever find time within all that to practice, or does like performing become kind of your practice? essentially.
Yeah, I mean, in the car, I live in Los Angeles, so I'm in the car a lot, and that's where I go crazy with karaoke. Like, I'll just put on tracks and sing through stuff. I warm up with my students. My daughter doesn't let me sing as much. Like, she likes to be the singer, so but I've been in rehearsals a lot lately, so I've had to like go and go to rehearsals, which is great, which is part of the gig. Austin, what are you, a guitar player? I forget.
I play drums.
Oh, drums.
Actually,
Cool.
I actually play and
daughter
teach
loves
drums.
Yeah.
Teach drums. I teach music just like you too. So
That's
and I do it
awesome.
professionally. Yeah. So I totally get the whole music lifestyle and practice, warming up, all that.
Alrighty. Austin, just to get us back on track, I'm going to ask. No, I'm just going to ask the next two questions.
A music podcast for a little bit.
Alrighty. So our next question is, what are some of your favorite things to do when preparing for a Broadway production?
Get it. Like, actually get the job. That would be lovely. I don't live in New York anymore, and so for a while I was flying back for auditions. I've sort of not closed the chapter completely, but I'm not as focused on that world. I do theater here, but auditioning for theater is preparation. You got to go and you got to know your music. You know, you got to be off book, which is very different from voice acting. So, and it's just about being you. Like, I spent many years walking into rooms thinking I had to be what they wanted, and then discovered, like, I can't be that. Like, I can only be me. And if they want that, awesome. If they don't, that's fine too. So, you know, it's just a different mindset, but learning how to walk into a room as authentically myself as possible.
Awesome. For the next question, how do you celebrate Pride, and what does it mean to you as an ally?
You know, it's so funny. I saw this question on the thing, and I'm like, I of course I celebrate Pride, but my life is full of gay men, lesbians. Like, right now I have so many gay friends, like in my closest people. So I just am, you know, like, I mean, I wore my little fun rainbow elephant shirt, but they're who make me who I am. Like, my daughter has her gay uncles, and my close girlfriends right now are all gay as well. And it's just, I'm just thankful for them. I'm thankful I live in California. I will make calls. I will repost stuff to remind the effing South and that you can't strip people of their fucking Florida. Sorry, you can beat that out. But so I will be an advocate 365 days a year. And I have a lot of students who are trans now. I have students that were born female, transitions to male identifying. So as a voice teacher, I'm learning myself, but also helping them lower their voice, you know, straighten out the vibrato, and just being an advocate, you know. I'm a mom. I am also teaching my daughter. She's 5, but she's a lot of friends with 2 moms and 2 dads. And it was funny because I was trying to explain Pride, but I also don't want her to think that it's something that is different, you know. It just is. It's like 2 moms, and then she's always like, "Mommy, I think you should have a girlfriend." Like, I'm not 2 mommies.
She's gonna start matchmaking now.
So yeah, I mean, I'm an ally, an advocate, an educator, and the world would just be a shittier place without my LGBTQ friends.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. This actually brings me to another question, and it's Azura related. So speaking of Pride, what song do you think Azura would sing at a Pride parade? Also, do you think Azura would come out through singing a song?
Oh, she would definitely come out through music. Like, yeah. I have a little 8-year-old voice student from Massachusetts that I work with over Zoom, and she's been singing "I Will Survive." And I know it's so cliche, and you hear it at, you know, Pride events, but it's such, I think it would be Azura's anthem as well. Like, first I was afraid, I was petrified, you know, and then just this idea of survival, and especially now with Florida, like, it is a survival. Like, we have to, it's not just celebration, it's survival. And she'd be on a beautiful float that had like water, and it would be very like, You know, it would just flow.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
love
she
that.
she would definitely be disco. She'd have like all the disco songs.
Yeah, and a 70s
yeah.
disco song to go with it. Love it.
I love it too. Austin, you can take the next 2 questions, 15 and 16.
All right, cool. Yeah, so with all this, so since we're on the subject of Pride and it being Pride Month, do you have any plans or anything in the works to honor the tradition of Pride Month? And anything in the works, anything you plan on doing for this month?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring my daughter. I'm in a mom group of I forget what it's called, but it's families that are either in the LGBT or allies. So I think there's a picnic for all of them next Sunday. So I'm going to bring her to that. What am I doing? I mean, I've sort of had COVID for a while, so I haven't been going out, and I'm nervous to get it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should be going to more events. I mean, I've been supporting and posting, and LA is like full of events. But again, like to me, I'm just like, it's 365 days. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know. If you hear of anything, let me know. But I am taking my daughter to a gay pride family picnic.
That sounds like fun.
That does.
Yeah.
I hope she has a lot of fun. I hope you both do. That's nice. You can. That's the next one, Austin.
That's it. All right, cool.
16.
Have you ever 16? Yeah, I see that. Have you ever been to a pride parade? And if you have, what was it like?
So can I tell you, when I was 4.5, my parents, I'm from New York, my parents took me, and I only remembered this recently, my parents took me to DC, and we were trying to cross the main drag to go over to the Smithsonian, and it was Pride weekend, and there was a Pride parade, and I remember being scared to cross the street because it was all drag queens. And this was 1980. And I remember looking up and like, honestly, I was scared. Like I had never seen such massive people, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're like this tall.
Yeah, that was my first Pride event, but I've been to a ton. Like, you know, I used to sing in West Hollywood on Pride nights, and I don't like crowds. They make me very nervous, so I tend not to do the big parades as much anymore, but lots of Broadway events, and the Tonys are tomorrow, so that's going to be a big Pride celebration.
Catch
Nice.
the Tonys.
Oh, no, it's today. Sorry, today's Sunday.
Catch it
Yeah,
today.
it's Sunday.
I don't know what day of the week it is.
Awesome. I think you already answered this with Azura about like the song, but I guess I can ask it anyway. Do you have a favorite Pride song or queer anthem?
Personal to you.
Yeah, personal to you.
I mean, I always thought "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" was the queer anthem. Like, that just, you know, "Please Rise" for the gay anthem was that. Gosh, what a great question. I mean, it's gotta be maybe "All of Me." Why not take all of me?
Yeah.
Something about just being 100% like, this is who I am, but I'd have to think about it.
Oh, that's nice. Austin, you want to take question 18?
I think I got one I just kind of thought of talking about,
right.
you know, Pride and drag shows. Would you ever do a drag show yourself, in terms of the opposite? And if you did, what would be your whole theme and your get up and your whole routine?
Would I do drag like dressed as a man?
Yeah, dressed as a man.
100%. That'd be so cool.
Ooh.
I think I'd want to be something like 1930s, like vintage.
I see, like double-breasted coat and everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never thought of that. That's such a cool question. Or I'd even want to be like Charlie Chaplin or Groucho Marx or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I can see Rena being one of those.
I would definitely see a live performance of you doing
Yes.
Groucho or Charlie.
I would love it.
Yeah.
There's a show on HBO called Gentleman Jack. I don't know if you've watched it.
I've seen it.
And it's she's a landowner in the 1840s or something, and she's gay. And her getup, she's in like top hats all the time and long coats, and she always has a cane, and she's beyond hot. Like, you got to see Gentleman Jack. She's awesome.
I definitely gotta check that out. That sounds like an awesome outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll ask these last 2 questions then. This first one is, who are some of your LGBTQIA plus role models, if you have any?
Oh, I mean, this is gonna sound so cliche, but I'm obsessed with RuPaul, and RuPaul's Drag Race. Like I've seen everything. I love how she builds people up, but I also love how she is fierce when it's like you're done. You know, like you're great, but you're like she's just the honesty that I love.
Yeah.
My very good friend Michael Leon Woolley, ML Woolley, who's a big voice actor. He played Louis the alligator in Princess and the Frog. He played RuPaul's blind gay drag queen assistant on AJ and the Queen.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me when he was cast because he knew I worked with the blind, and I connected him to my friend Christina Jones, who's a blind opera singer.
Yeah.
And he has done so much work and advocacy now. So ML Woolley's one of my favorite gay actors. He's just incredible. But Rue, I just love Mama Rue. If you can love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Like I love everything about RuPaul.
Yeah. Did you see her when she was on Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Oh my God, when? Like back in the day?
Yeah, like back in the day. I'm rewatching it with my girlfriend, and then we see this episode. Like that's RuPaul, and she dresses in drag for that episode.
That's amazing.
Definitely check that out.
Did you shout that out, Austin, when you guys were watching it?
So, yeah, we did. We were like, "Is that RuPaul?" It's like we didn't know.
I love Coco Peru. Like Coco's a friend and supporter of my work, and I love Coco and Clinton. I love how like bitter and jaded Coco is, and it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last question, this ties it back into Azura and LGBT community. What strong message do you feel Azura would say to those of the LGBTQIA community who are still struggling to come out and be themselves?
I think she would say that your family isn't necessarily the ones you were born into. I can see her being maternal and open arms to say, like, yes, if your parents don't accept you, you find new parents, not, but you have to know that there are people who will love you and accept you. And, it takes time, but yeah, sing, first of all, sing, and then come to me and we'll do this together. Rue talks about it, like the family you're born into versus like the family you end up with. There's a lot of talk about that, and I think that's important. I think what the LGBT community does is create family, because we don't choose our family. And if you happen to have been born in Florida, or Louisiana, but you're this fabulous gay kid, like you should be a fabulous gay kid. Like there should be nothing keeping you, and just because of your geography, that's not fair. So you gotta find your family.
Yeah. And
get the hell out of Dodge.
That's awesome. Yes.
The saying I heard is you can you love your family, but you choose your friends.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like Azura would definitely love everyone, which is nice.
Yeah, and she'd just be open. Like she'd have a huge house, and she'd be like, "Come on, let's live. Come live."
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be in the next room for a few minutes being lost in my thoughts. Then they come back and have a party. But alright, that's all of our questions. It's time to move on to the fan questions, which I'm pretty excited for. We're going to do the Twitter ones first, real fast, and then let me see who is on the chat at the moment. We have Dylan and Tina as the two people in our chat. So let's get with the Twitter ones first. Our first question comes from Jade Snap Art herself, which was really nice. Amy's question to you is, what is one of your favorite, who is, let me ask this, I'm sorry. What is one of your favorite musical artists? Is there any music that inspires you?
Oh my God.
That's two questions, I guess.
This morning I was in a Queen mood, so I try to go for a walk every day. So Queen is so inspiring. I was listening to some Sarah Bareilles because why not?
Nice.
And I've been in an Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill place lately. Ooh. So I think we all need to go through if you didn't go through it already, you need to go through a Jagged Little Pill phase.
Strong female singers, Tuzar, and strong gay singer as well. Gay male singer, yeah.
Our next question comes from Ferdinand Art. If Azura travels to this dimension, would you live with her? What would be the first thing you do? Like, he's asking 3 questions. I'll ask his first question. If she traveled to our dimension, would you live with her?
Would I live with her? It depends on how much of her hair goes down the drain in the shower. Like, we have to have a discussion about that. I mean, I think she'd be a cool roommate as long as she liked my daughter, She's so calm, It's nice to have like a calming person, and we could share hair tips,
You would have to get used to her song that she'd sing every day, though.
Yeah, that's true. But we would do the Nor version, so it would be okay.
Yeah. Dress up in the black suits and the face masks and everything. Awesome. His next question is, what would be the first thing you'd do with her? So I guess outside of like living, like what would you guys do? Go see a movie, music?
No, we'd probably go out to Santa Monica. We'd probably go to the water, or maybe even drive up to Ojai. Like we would do the drive up the PCH. I just feel like she would be like, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. We're going to the beach today. So we would spend lots of time near the water.
Yeah. And I guess the last question for Ferdinand Art is, what food would you give her to try?
Oh, ooh, bagels and lox as a New Yorker, sushi. Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to know what she's never had. Maybe we would try Ethiopian and Indian. Like we would go to all the different, ethnic foods.
Yeah. Ooh, that's awesome. All right, our next question comes from Libby. Their Twitter name is It's Kill. Hi, I love your work. Did you have any inspirations for how you wanted to portray Azura? That's our first question.
When you do localization, which is when you're the English dub, you're not starting from scratch. So she already existed. So my job wasn't to sound like the Japanese, because I don't. Yeah. But I was already given a template of her energy. And then I gotta say, she's the closest to me. So it was nice to be able to settle in and just tap into like my kind heart. Because I have a lot of, I'm a New Yorker, so I got an impatient self, profanity laced self. But she was the kindness that I try to, cultivate. So yeah, I just sort of tapped into that.
Oh, nice. I feel like that would lead into Libby's next question. How would you describe her, Azura, in your own words, and how did you incorporate that into your performance? I guess you already answered that then.
Yeah, but kind, patient, which you don't see in a lot of characters, this sense of patience, forgiving, and musical.
Awesome. Our next question comes from Seth. I think you're going to love this one. From Summoner Seth. Who exactly did you voice at Sailor Moon?
Oh my God. I don't have merch, which I would like to say that villains need to start having merch, by the way. There's no merch villains.
Hashtag love for villains.
Esmeralda. I'm looking for like my Esmeralda stuff. I did Esmeralda in all the Crystal dubs, and it was the greatest job ever. Because I never get to play the villain. Ever. I play the sweet kid or the mom. But then my friend's like, we need someone who can do this crazy laugh, and I know you're a singer, so can you do the laugh? And so I did the laugh. She's like, okay, great, come in.
You're hired.
Yes.
What makes playing a villain so great? Is it just more with their interpretation as an actor, or just more you can do like with your voice range?
Yes, and yes. You just get to I'm not a mean person, but I get to do that in the session. I love voicing her. I got to explore like depth and I just got to explore a different sense of voice acting. You know, it was great.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me with Esmeralda, doesn't she say to the girls in Sailor Moon, you said she called them flat chested or something?
The stuff she said is so ridiculous. At one point, there's an episode where like this dog pees on her foot.
I
Like,
shared that with you, yeah.
It's so silly, and I just love it. And she hates these little girls, and the girls always win. And there's this scene where she's in like a giant martini bathtub, and she's just like sitting there in this bathtub, like screaming, and it's like it's everything you want to do.
Oh yeah. Alrighty, our next question. Oh wait, you answered this. It was from Shin when they asked about if you wanted to continue voicing Azura, and you said, "I always want to voice Azura at any age." Where's our next question? Oh, this is from Seth again. What were some interpretations of Azura you've had before voicing her?
I didn't know. Well, I mean, there's a lot of information. I wasn't aware of what I was going to be working on because of NDA.
Yeah.
So I didn't know much about her. I was introduced to her and the series because it hadn't been localized yet. So I wasn't aware. I got to just learn about her as the fans did, the English fans.
I guess my question for you is like when you first went in to do her voice before you knew anything about her, did they show you like at least like an illustration of her of what she looked like?
Yeah. I got to see what she looked like. I listened to the Japanese, and I was like, she's drawn beautifully.
Yeah.
She really represents between her hair and the movement of her like her garb. There's just something very clear in her look, and you don't always get that.
Yeah. So I guess it was a good first impression when you saw her illustration. Yeah. And this one comes from Turk. They said opinions on girl, ? I don't know what girl is. Anybody know what that is?
How is it spelled?
GIRL, girl. Opinions on girl.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what that is either.
I mean, I
we're all at a blank for this
all the time because of RuPaul, but I don't know if that's...
I guess you can give that.
Yeah, I love it.
Alrighty. And let me just get my friend's message to you and their question. Alrighty, this is from my friend Autumn Sakura. She wrote, "Hello, sorry, I gotta scroll down. Stupid Twitter. She wants you to know that she adores your support for LGBT rights and feminist issues. And she also thanks you for voicing Azura.
Oh, thanks.
Her question for you is, do you remember anything interesting about your work on the Zero Escape series?
I mean, like I said before, it was dark. Like it's dark, and I was learning as I was going. And then when the game was released, they had a bunch of the actors go to a real escape room that night, and the room was set up to be for Emma, and we didn't get out. None of us got out. I was like, can't you at least like make it so we get out so we can feel good about ourselves?
Yeah, get a few hints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says that your character is a fantastic character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. God, that game is good.
Yeah. Alrighty. So for everyone who's in the questions right now, we have a little time left for just a question from each and every one of you. So Dylan, if you want to ask yours right now, ask away. Tina and Course Hum, if you guys have any questions right now, let us know. Let me see. Dylan had a question for you that he was waiting to share with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like the question he asked during the live stream.
Yeah. Let me look for it. Hold on. One of Dylan's questions that he left for you is, what is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh my God. So my daughter's obsessed with Jurassic World, the cartoon series. Like it's called Camp.
Oh yeah, Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, and then which I don't like. And then we showed her Jurassic Park, the original movie, last week.
Oh
yeah.
I love the brontosaurus, or the ones that are that come out of the trees, right? Like, and when they're sitting up in the trees and they wake up with the kids and they reach their head out, and that's my favorite.
That's my favorite scene as a kid.
Yeah, they're just so peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that question I asked you earlier about about girl, the hashtag and girl, it turns out it's pronounced hashtag girl.
Oh,
I
I don't
guess.
know what that.
Was that?
I think it's great.
I think we're all at a blank for that one.
Yeah. All right. So Tina's question is, which character of all the ones you voiced gave you the most trouble getting in touch with in any way?
Such a good question. Getting in touch with. I mean, Esmeralda was very easy. Hope was challenging in Republic, only because she was so confined, and I had facial mocap, so I had a helmet and a camera in my face. So I had a lot of outside distractions, and my director and producer wanted it to be authentic. So there was a lot of noise and the helmet, and that was challenging. Rewarding as all get out, but it was challenging. And it just went VR. It's a VR game now, so go play it. It's cool.
Oh, we'll try it out. It actually also got re-released outside of VR too, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So neat. And it stayed me, David Hayter, Matt Mercer, Kari Payton, Dwight Schrute, Jennifer Hale. I mean, the cast is stupid.
All great people. Our next question is from Fluffy Kitty 3. Would Azura be a part of the LGBTQ community? Aw.
Of course. I mean, absolutely. No doubt about it. I mean, yeah.
That's awesome. Alrighty. It looks like those are all the fan questions. Rena, there was actually one last question I wanted to ask you. It was a fun one, though. Because remember last year you told us how Azura and her wife would go on a yacht, they go sailing.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, what would be the champagne that they would drink, and what type of food do you think they would have for the meal?
So they would have this champagne by Coppola called Sophia, and it was it's a champagne he created for his daughter's wedding. They've since got divorced, but they still make the champagne. It's called Sophia, and it comes in a bottle wrapped in pink cellophane. You can also get them in cans with a little straw glued to the side.
Yeah.
So they would totally be drinking Sophia, both out of the can and out of the bottle. And what was the second part of the question?
What would be the main food, like the main meal?
Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Ooh.
And then, like, sub-sandwiches. Like, they would have, like, Italian sub-sandwiches, champagne, and chocolate-covered strawberries.
That all sounds delicious.
I would love to be on that yacht.
Yeah. invite Austin and I. We'll just sit on the side eating the food.
Yeah, we'll do craft services or whatever if you're looking to get on that yacht.
Also, you're going for the shrimp. You're trying to make the shrimp business.
Yeah, that's right. The shrimp in business.
Dylan actually has a question for you. They said, do you like interacting with others on Twitter? They'd like to talk to you sometime later.
I'm not so great about it, so you have to accept my apologies for sometimes not seeing stuff. I have a child, and it takes up a lot of time. So I try my best. I mean, the direct messaging, I definitely don't look at that often. But if you tweet at me, I'll always respond. That's always a better way, I think, as long as it's not too personal. But the direct messaging between Instagram and Twitter, I never go on there just because it's overwhelming. And especially Instagram. But yeah, I'll try. That's all I can say. Don't take it personally. It's just because I'm working or running around after a child.
Oh yeah.
So tweet Rena Strober.
Yeah,
if you
tweet
want
at her. Don't hit up her DMs unless it's, I guess, something important. Alrighty. And now, everybody, we are at that part where we're going to announce a winner for the raffle.
Yay! I hope it's me.
Well, Rita, did you retweet it?
I did.
Let me just pull it up. I'm not sure if you've seen I'm not sure if you saw.
Can we see what Amy's doing?
Yeah. Can you see her screen?
Oh, there it is. It says, because the watch stream is over her picture, so I can't see.
You can look at it right now.
Cool. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hello?
Amy,
Yeah.
you're amazing.
Thank you so much, Jade Snap Art,
Yes, Amy, thank you.
for creating this.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah.
Amy. Of course.
Alrighty, guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab the tweet, and then we're going to see who the winner is. Everyone.
Should be Christmas vacation. Drum roll, please.
Embrace the dark.
Oh, are she singing Lost in Thought?
Just as we wait.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna just put this in. Verify. Yep. I just gotta make sure all this info is in because I'm using a thing to randomly choose our winner. So, for everyone to know, this is a Fire Emblem Fates LGBT themed print, and the lucky winner is gonna get it autographed by Rena herself. I hope
Unless I
you.
keep it.
I'm sorry, what?
Unless I keep it.
There might be a chance that she'll keep it then. Alright.
Oh, wait. And speaking of autographs, don't forget about my stream.
Yes. I actually gotta contact you later about that.
Okay, cool.
In case you were looking for other prints. Alrighty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There's one more. I have to do a Konami Mashikita.
Yeah. I'll definitely get to you on that.
Amazing.
Alrighty. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. We have... Oh, wow. We have a lot of entries. Let's see who wins this baby.
Everybody wants that photo.
Alright.
That signed photo.
Anybody want a drum roll right now? And our winner is...
Everybody heard that.
Our winner is Ferdinand Art 56. Congratulations.
Congrats, Ferdinand.
You are the winner of this lovely piece by Jade Snap Art, and you're going to get an autograph from Azura herself. Let me see if you're in the chat, actually. I think you were. Let me see.
I'm also definitely not done.
So it's fine.
Oh, you mean this is not a speed run?
I was trying to speedrun this, believe me.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, take your time on it, Amy. But Ferdinand, congratulations, you won. And with that being said, we are going to be closing up our interview now. But Rena, Amy, thank you both so much for coming on today. Really
Yes, thank you
appreciate it.
both.
Seriously, you guys are the best. Amy, big thanks to you for helping out a lot. Rena, just thank you for being awesome as always and being on.
Thank you for having me. I love celebrating Fire Emblem, Azura, Pride Month. I mean, all of it. All of it.
Is there any closing message you would like to give everybody for this Pride Month?
Love is love is love is love is love. Don't be an asshole in Florida. Don't go to Florida. If you're in Florida, vote those MOs out, MFs out. Advocate. We have to do stuff. You can't just put a flag up. You have to make phone calls to your representatives, to your congressmen, and to your senators. We can't go backwards. So try to be active as much as you can. If your family isn't giving you the love you need, find a family that will, and they are out there. Just not in Florida.
Yeah. All right, everybody. With all that being said, Rena, you have a lovely day. Amy, you do
too.
And we will definitely keep in touch for the Terra Sands thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That'd be
Yes.
fun. And guys, I always say our Fire Emblem would be nothing without the fans, and Azura would be nothing without people who liked hearing her talk. And so I'm grateful.
Thank you once again.
Thank you so much,
Alrighty,
Rena.
everybody. I'm gonna go to the end stream screen, so ignore what you're seeing on screen. But Rena, if you want to wave goodbye to everybody, we will see you all later. And end screen. Alrighty. Oh, you guys there?
Yep. I'm here.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Thank you so much again, Rena. This was so much fun.
Yes, thank you.
Honored to
You're
have you.
welcome.
Yeah. Yes. No, for sure. Yeah, thank you once again. I will keep in contact with you with everything else. Be safe, have fun, make memories. Yeah, bye. Oh, right. Amy, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say, Austin? I felt really good. I'm sorry if I stumbled a little bit when asking her questions. Sorry everybody for hearing the extra stuff. You all have a. Don't worry, we didn't say anything bad. Yes, I know, I saw it. Alrighty. I guess one last time from all three of us. Happy Pride. Amy, you want to say Happy Pride one last time? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But alright, yeah. Alrighty. Now, I will mute, so... Bye, everybody!